Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a film review of the movie The Witch. I think it was made in 2015, I'm not sure, but I think, what's her name? Anna Taylor-Joy is in it, and I think she is the epitome of what it means to be like an ethereal woman. Just everything about her is just so like otherworldly, but in a very like feminine, soft way. She's just incredibly gorgeous, and it's an amazing film. I know it's no longer spooky season, but if you like folk horror movies, I really think you should try out this movie. So it's an A24 film, so you know it's gonna be good. You know it's gonna be very like visually stunning, and it's set in 1630 in New England. And this family, the opening scene is just really intense. They have religious differences with the plantation that they stay at, so they're basically kicked out, this family, and they have to start life by themselves in the middle of the woods. And of course, they're from England, they're colonizers, they're unfamiliar with the land, they have a hard time taking care of themselves without being a part of a community. And what they quickly realize is that they're not going to have enough harvest by the time winter comes, so they're probably going to starve. The father, he's not very good at hunting, he's not very good at setting traps, so things are looking very bleak for this family. And I think it's really cool because this movie, I think all of like the witchcraft that it references is based on historical documents about witchcraft, so the dialogue comes directly from like historical information about witchcraft and what people during like the 1600s believed about witchcraft. So I think why it's terrifying is that it actually puts you in the mindset of the people at the time, because they wholeheartedly believed in their religious beliefs and the fact that someone could potentially be a witch and basically like sell their souls to the devil. And I honestly, growing up, wasn't really into horror, and the few times that I've watched like films that play into witchcraft, it didn't really strike me as very like eerie or scary, but this actually feels scary because as you're watching it, you have the mindset as if you are a member of this family. You wholeheartedly believe in these like religious beliefs, and it's so intense. And it's all about also like the lies, like the white lies that are told like within this family to like protect one another's feelings and to maintain like group cohesion. And there's a lot of like pointing fingers and pretty much allowing someone to believe something that's a lie so that you can get away with something that was ultimately for the greater good of the family. And it just really examines like family dynamics as well, and within this very like puritanical setting, very like, you know, sexuality is like hyper sanitized and like heavily discouraged, and I don't know. And then it's just also about like the patriarchy as well. It's about like birth order, like Anna, I think, gosh, I'm gonna forget her name again, that's embarrassing. But she basically, that actress I just mentioned, she plays like the oldest sister. So of course she has like this role as like a caretaker, and she's kind of like the glue of the family. She tries to like maintain social order within this family. And it's interesting because you can tell that everyone, even if they're flawed, especially the father, like genuinely cares about the family and like they love and cherish one another, but they still end up causing inadvertent harm because of the beliefs they hold, basically. And it's a really good watch. There's also another movie that I watched that I was thinking about doing a book review for. A film review for, but I think that video would take too long, and I'm also going to mispronounce the title of this as well. But it was made in the early 2000s, and it's a Japanese film, and it's called All About Lily Chou, and it's really like dark, and also it's a very like long film. I think it was over 2 hours, and there's so much to unpack there that I don't think I'd be able to do it in this video. Maybe I could like touch on it like a little bit because I don't want this video to be too short, but it's about this artist. I don't know what the Japanese name for this artist is, but they have like an English version called like Lily, like Chou Chou. It's like spelled like Chou, and it's honestly, I've like seen reviews of it where it's described as like a digital hymn, or like a hymn in the digital age, where it's like people are so disconnected from one another that they find solace in this harsh and cruel world through like, you know, online chat rooms, through their shared like collective worship of this artist who, she's like embodies the ether, and they believe that she is the essence of what it means to, I don't know. So I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I want to like further explain the style of music that Lily Choo Choo makes and that these teenagers find like inspiration and solace in. Her style of music is very transcendent and very like ethereal and very like reminiscent of like Bjork, and it really like transports you to this other realm in which there's this sense of peace. I should note that these teenagers are all in the 8th grade, and so as they are causing irreparable damage to one another and just psychologically torturing one another through acts of unimaginable cruelty, they all have this one thing in common, is that they're all secretly fans of Lily Choo Choo, and they use this chat room in order to discuss their fascination with her. And they view her as a deity, they view her as the embodiment of the ether, and they worship her accordingly. And they all use different usernames to like hide their real identity. So basically, it's honestly, it was a really hard film for me to watch because it's about like bullying, and it's really, there's so many disturbing scenes in it, and I'm not just talking like light bullying, so I guess this is a trigger warning. It's like, I'm talking like sexual trauma type abuse that these like students are like doing to one another, like trauma that's gonna like stick with them for like the rest of their lives. And basically, these kids, they just are so cruel to one another, and it's just this cycle of like cruelty. But what they don't know is that each of them are fans of the same artist who makes this very like ethereal music, and this artist just like brings like solace to their suffering and just embodies this sense of like a higher consciousness, and that we're all like collectively connected to one another through our suffering and through our moments of joy. And it's a beautiful and heartbreaking film to watch, but it's also very like visually stunning. And I don't know, it's very like, I guess it has very similar vibes to a previous film review that I did of like Lilia Forever. I guess there's a similar theme of just like the harshness and the cruelty of life, and trying to find the beauty within it through art or through other mediums that allow us to transcend our immediate like unbearable suffering. So both of those films I watched, I thought they were amazing, and I'm going to continue to do, I think, a mix of like film reviews and book reviews, and try to keep them like relatively short. But comment down below what's like your favorite film, what's your favorite genre of film. And I'm trying to get back into like really artsy films because I want to be very conscious about what I consume, because I feel like the majority of my life has been like one like unskippable ad, and I just like really like mind-numbing like doom scroll content. And so I really want to watch things that like edify the soul and that resonate with me, and that, I don't know, because I believe art and what you consume is really important. And I don't know, it can give you a greater sense of connection to those around you and just the state of humanity and what it means to be human. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.